Fly stitch is a really versatile stitch. It's made up of a straight stitch, which is then pulled into a V shape, and a tacking stitch used to anchor the V in place. I'll use fly stitch when I'm creating anything from flowers, petals, leaves, birds, stems, to line work and borders. For this tutorial, I'm using Otis from my namesake range with cottage garden threads. We'll start off by doing some single fly stitches. You'll bring your needle up through your fabric at the top left point of your V shape and back down at the top right, leaving a loop atop your fabric. Bring your needle back up where you want the vertex of your fly stitch to be, with the needle on the inside of your loop. Pull your thread to tighten the loop and create your V shape at the point. Take your needle over the thread and back through the fabric next to the point you came up through. This will anchor your fly stitch in place. When you get to the end of your line, turn your work over, tie your thread off and snip clean. To create a straight line of fly stitches in succession, I find it easier to turn my work around and work the line of stitches from top to bottom. We'll do them the exact same way, however we'll make our tacking stitches a little bit longer, almost like a stem. Stitch this tacking stitch right down to the vertex of your next stitch. To create your tacking stitch on the next stitch, you'll come up at the same point where your last tacking stitch ended. When you get to the end of your line, create your final tacking stitch before turning your work over, tying your thread and cutting it loose. This border styled line is a popular design for fly stitching, and I find this easier to stitch from top to bottom also. Like before, the fly stitch starts as normal, but in this instance, your anchor stitch becomes the start of your next stitch. Now, rather than working each stitch from left to right, you'll find that every second stitch you work from right to left. When you get to the end of your line, finish with a simple tacking stitch. Turn your work over, tie off and snip clean. So now you know how to stitch a fly stitch. Thanks for watching.